This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Alright everyone, I hope you're all doing fantastic. Now, over the past couple of days, of course, I've been posting videos about speculation as to where the Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz Jr. rematch is going to be taking place. And then, as it turned out, it was actually going to be Saudi Arabia and all that kind of thing. And then late last night, there's been things flying around that Andy Ruiz Jr. is unhappy about either A, going to Saudi Arabia, or B, he's not happy with the money to go to Saudi Arabia, as in an alleged $9 million. But of course, as I said before, everything that was coming to him right now is everything that he agreed to prior to fighting Anthony Joshua during the first at Madison Square Garden in New York. So if he's digging his heels in about certain things, should have really thought about that beforehand, okay? But of course, there is some kind of moral standing there, if you like, in the sense of, because I've seen quite a few people say it, and it is kind of hard to argue with in some ways, outside of the fact that he agreed to all this beforehand. But if the fight's going to happen in Saudi Arabia, which looks like it is, then if there's a pot of £70 million, and Andy Ruiz Jr. is getting $9 million, which is about £7 million, you're talking he's getting 10% as he's the champion. So there is that argument, and I can certainly see that argument. And if Andy Ruiz Jr. is looking for a bit more money, if that kind of pot is true, then I'm pretty sure Eddie Hearn may actually up it to, I don't know, a couple more mil, who knows. But anyway, all that aside. So speculation that he could be pulling out. Now, there's been a couple of statements from the trainer of Andy Ruiz, Manny Robles, who has said this, first of all, on this first statement. You haven't heard anything from Andy Ruiz, and there's a reason why. You've got the promoter going out on a limb saying we're fighting December the 7th in Saudi, but you haven't heard anything from Andy. Everybody has to hold off and wait. So there's his first statement. Now, what does he mean by that? I don't know. Is he saying that Eddie Hearn shouldn't have announced it yet? Which, again, other people have said. If it's not signed up, why is Eddie Hearn announcing it? But again, there's the flip side of it, because he already signed before he took on Anthony Joshua the first time round. So everything that's coming to him right now is already signed and agreed upon. Does he need Andy Ruiz Jr.'s signature right now? Who knows? But it's true, though. Andy Ruiz, he hasn't put out not one post, either on Instagram or Twitter, to say, yeah, this is what's happening. He hasn't done any kind of promotional or even retweeted something, or he hasn't done absolutely anything with it. So does that mean he's unhappy? Well, we don't know, do we? And going by his statement, Manny Robles, well, to be honest, I really don't know. I really don't know, other than everyone has to hold off and wait. Okay, hold off and wait on what exactly? Are you going to Saudi or are you not? Is he going to vacate all the belts and get sued? Who knows, right? Anyway, there's another statement from the same guy as well, and this is what he had to say. We're willing to fight anywhere. That's what a true champion does. If we've got to go to Wales or Saudi, we've got to go by what the contract says. Obviously, we're going to give Joshua the rematch because that's what we signed up for. So again, that was his statement where he told Fight Hype. So which one do you really go with? Is he unhappy? Is there an issue, which potentially the first statement may have alluded to? Or do we go with the other statement where he's saying that we're happy, we're a champion, it's what we do, there's a contract and we have to obey by the rules of the contract? So which one is it? We don't know. But for me, as I said before, if you are unhappy about the rematch terms, then you shouldn't have signed up for the fight. And prior to this fight for Andy Ruiz and Joshua, Ruiz wasn't doing that great financially, and suddenly that one fight has put a whole pot of money in his hands. He sorted out a lot of things, and now he's going to get even more for the rematch. Now, if it is $9 million, that's still a lot of money. It's not a lot of money when you look at it when there's 70 million in the pot, 70 million pounds, which is about, what, $90 million? So again, what, 10% of what it is when he's the champion. So there's an argument that it should be at least 50-50 or whatever it may be. There's an argument, but ultimately you signed for it. So that's what you got to do. If you're unhappy about it, listen, you're still getting 9 million. It's not like you're getting 50 quid. All right. It's 9 million. He'd never have to fight again, which is always important. So which one do you go with? Do you go with, well, he's going to travel, he's a champion, or do you go with the promoters going out on a limb saying we're fighting December the 7th, but you haven't heard anything from Andy, everyone has to hold off and wait? Which one do you go with? Who knows? But as usual, PBC fighters, there all seems to be some kind of problem somewhere along the lines, which doesn't surprise me with the background of Al Heyman. Many of you guys know the background of him being involved in law and things like that. So if there's some kind of loophole, Al Heyman will find it. All right, so anyway, it is what it is. So that is the statement of Manny Robles, the trainer of Andy Ruiz Jr. Is he good? Is he willing to go to Saudi, or is he not? We'll have to wait and see. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next one.